Yeah, good evening. I hope everyone knows about me. Yeah, without wasting time, that now you are left with 20 days. So most of your minds would be thinking that how to revise effectively. Some of you might be attending full length test, are planning to attend, are planning to revise your subject wise test, or you might be confused. Should I revise all the subjects, or should I purely revise based on test papers? Because some students might be taken test series, full length test series, which consists of 15 tests or 20 tests or 25 or 30 or 35, whatever it is. So the revision strategy would be effective based on your present status. So we consider generally, yeah, this is your syllabus. So this is your syllabus. Some students might be focused on the subjects like economy, geography, history, constitution, and polity. Mostly. So this subject from 5th to 8th will be the major focus area before the notification from the notification. Those students who have completed might be thinking that I have to revise it one more time. So because you might think that ancient history, medieval, modern, I need to revise it. I forgot the places in news or geography based or tributaries or whatever the dams or whatever you have studied. When it comes to polity, the static part, the constitutional, non-constitutional, so parliamentary committees, that you will have the issue. When it comes to economic and social development, so mostly you could able to relate the concepts, but confused with the latest budget or socio-economic survey, including Telangana. So we divide based on your preparation into 4 category of students. The first category is that revised all the subjects, ready for the battle. Nothing to worry. So they may score or they may not score. Doesn't mean that I have revised every subject, I can score better. If I would have revised or prepared for the exam orientation, then there is a confidence that you will be in the safe zone. Then the second set is that those students who have revised and confident about, just to click on the screen, you could able to visibly clear the, I mean, you could able to see the screen. Click on the screen, not on the video. Both the screen as well as video would be streamed separately. You just focus on the screen. I hope my voice and video is very clear. So this is the first set. So this set of students very minimal, isn't it? Those are completed all the subjects and revised and ready for the final battle. You can hardly find your friends. That's a comparison. You have to compare with your next fellow only. Next set is that revised only polity, geography, history, economy, and planning to revise only these subjects, because you might be thinking that, so anyway I have completed polity, history, geography, economy, why should I waste unknown subjects? Let me focus at least this main subject, thinking that the majority of the questions will be coming from polity, history, economy, geography. That's the assumption of this student. Then the next set is that I have completed mostly other than Telangana, because mostly UPSC student, they will have this issue. They would have given prelims or preparing for this mains exam, I mean writing the mains exam, and now they're left with 1 month. So for them, Telangana related history, geography, economy, or whatever it is pending. Next is, they have neglected the dynamic part, current affairs. Keep on postponing, because they would be planning that I have to read the current affairs every month, at least latest month. So they keep on postponing the current affairs, reading a revision for last minute. Now they are short with the 20 days and they have to take the call. Should I stick on the static part? Should I revise the current affairs? Now, most of the student, you will be fitting in one of the category, isn't it? Now, what is my strategy if I am fitting into the first category? I have read, I have revised, and ready for the exam. If you are fitting into this category, how to manage next 20 days? How to manage your time No, I'm just again telling that, Mr. You just put on the tab on the screen. Your screen would be very, very clear. I think you are watching on the video, not on the screen. So if you are fitting into this category, your revision should not be reading all the subjects one more time. If you have read and revised all the subjects, don't be in assumption that I have to read it again, all the subjects from first page to last page. Because if you read it one more time, all the subjects would be rewritten. All the subjects would be rewritten. So what is my revision strategy? So most of the students in this category would have joined already test series, isn't it? Just to revise your all the subjects by just taking the or solving the test papers, respective subject wise test papers only. Then you have to take full length test. You have to take the full length test. Don't rely on only one particular institution full length test series. If you have written already our full length test series, just purchase 2 or 3 other institution full length test series, try to solve it. Whether your preparation within the safe zone or not. If you are falling into this category. What is your category? Revised all the subjects. Is it clear? Next 20 days, this is the effective strategy that you have prepared, done. You have done very well. Yes, let us focus on revising subject-wise question papers and try to solve the full-length papers of institutions, different institutions, not only one institution, so that you could understand different perspectives of test paper. Any doubts here? Next, revised only polity, history, geography, economy. So most of the cases, these are the majority of the students. Am I clear? Majority of the students falls under this category. So polity, history, economy, geography. Again, polity, history, economy, geography. They keep on postponing the dynamic subjects. Now they think that I am strong in polity, economy, geography, history, but not able to score above 70. The thing is, the syllabus which you see in the exam, it is 13 subjects. Under 13 subjects, only polity, history, geography, only 4 subjects. Now, if you look at the syllabus, now you might be realizing that I have not read or revised major portion of the syllabus. Now, you might be realizing that I have not read or revised major portion of the syllabus like current affairs, IR, S&T, environment, governance, policy, society, social exclusion. Your last one, logical reasoning. How to manage it? If you are falling under second category, don't worry. Still, you can play the game. You can be in the safe zone. The thinking in the safe, you should not be in the assumption that I have to read all the remaining subject. You should not be in the assumption that you should first remove this one. Because this is not absolute exam. This is only relative exam. You are in the majority category. You are in the majority subset category. Remaining subjects, how to score it? Precisely take it. Precisely choose the remaining subjects. Now you are done with economy, geography, polity, history. Well done. Then the logical reasoning. If you are from logical, maths or something science background, if you are confident that yes, I can revise quickly logical reasoning, just to go apply the reverse engineering technique. What is meant by reverse engineering technique? Just to go through the previous year questions, try to solve the different models. Try to solve the different models, maybe 50 models. Next, so we are going with the logic that you have to precisely choose high scoring subjects. The next aspect is that the policies and schemes and current affairs of Telangana. When we have precisely compiled the subject, so we realize that the policies are not more than 12. Schemes are not more than 40 to 46. Current affairs are not more than 80. If we spend 2 days time, you can completely confidently revise the Telangana policy schemes of Telangana. If you spend 2 or 3 days, the logical reasoning you can complete. Then the important current affairs of national, international places and news, reports or indices, these aspects you can cover it. The assumption is that if the questions are coming around 8 to 12 here, 8 to 12 here, 8 to almost current affairs, it will come around 28 to 30. How many total? Almost you are preparing for 50 to 60 questions in 1 week. So out of 50 to 60 questions, if you could able to score 60 to 70% of efficiency, you can add up 25 to 30 as a margin. With this preparation of polity, economy, geography, if you are scoring 60 to 70, believe me that you can reach up to 90 plus. Is it possible? So again, assumption is that you should not be in rush to read all the remaining subjects. You have to precisely, diligently select the topics which are high scoring, less time consuming. Is it clear? Once you do simultaneously, you can see that your score in the total full length test would be increasing significantly. If you have written already one statewide mock test, if your score is 65, it means that in the next test you have to score at least 75. If you complete one subject, then the next test 80, next 90. Is it clear? So any doubts in this subset? Next. This is particularly UPSC merit, UPSC background. They would have completed current affairs also, but not inclusive of Telangana. So nothing to worry, you can clear the exam even if you are not going to read or revise Telangana. Don't be an assumption that there is a state exam Telangana and Telangana aspects will be more. No, that is not the idea of the syllabus. The idea or strategy of the syllabus is already given. There they have not mentioned exclusively. Special focus will be for Telangana. Nowhere it is mentioned. They have given clearly Telangana weightage also. The Telangana weightage is here. Can you see? This is Telangana. This is Telangana. Next. Geography. Yeah, current affairs, regional. So can I say it won't exceed more than 30 questions purely in Telangana? So even if you have not studied Telangana specific topics, don't rush to complete Telangana topics. You can clear the exam. You can clear the exam, but still if you want to read it, you can focus on Telangana policy, schemes and current affairs, gist of budget, gist of socio-economic survey. Don't try to focus on Telangana geography, Telangana history, Telangana society. No, that is not advisable. If you are done with other subjects, not studied Telangana specific topics like Telangana history, geography, these subjects, you can focus only these subjects. Clear? So what is the next? Not confident, I can say I have read or studied a few aspects of current affairs, but I'm not consistent. మీరు ఒక మంత్ ఒక మ్యాగజైన్ చదువుంటారు, ఇంకో 2 months చదవకపోవచ్చు, డైలీ నోట్ మేకింగ్ చేస్తుండొచ్చు, మధ్యలో ఆపేసి ఉండొచ్చు. So there are different reasons why you are inconsistent with respect to current affairs preparation. How can I manage it? Should I read? Should I revise current affairs? Definitely current affairs. So you have to adapt the reverse engineering technique. What is meant by reverse engineering technique is that you take any coaching institution, exclusive current affairs test papers. Exclusive current affairs test papers. If they had covered at least 50 topics or 50 questions in a month. Take the question paper. Say, for example, I wanted to revise at least 10 months of current affairs from January 2022 to August 2022. Just to take August month current affairs, they would have given already 50 questions. Note down the topic. If the question is I to U2, just to read the content, revise it. Like that, you read and revise the current affairs topics based on the test papers, not based on the bulky compilations. So I generally visit at least 2-3 times bookstores, all the bookstores in Ashok Nagar, to understand the misguidance, not the guidance, misguidance. You can find at least 150 pages of compilations, 150 pages for 1 month. So now you should not be in assumption that you have to read or revise bulky compilations. Even if you read and revise bulky compilations, there is no guarantee that the questions can be lifted only from these magazines. But you need confidence. There is a one saying that no. So in the last 20 days, don't focus on correct answers, focus on confidence. There is a one meme also, particularly in multiple choice questions. The question paper would be based on their requirement. You can choose whatever the answers you can. If the option is very lengthy, choose it. If all the above is there, choose it. If none of the above is there, choose it. If the question paper is too lengthy, don't worry, your friends won't be qualified. So if you don't know right answer, inky ponky donkey. So similarly,
sir, this civic center question paper
that's what I'm saying. It is not only civic center. Any institutions which will give at least minimum 30 to 50 questions on each month, in order to understand the questions, in order to understand the topics. So 50 into 10 months, you will be getting almost 400 topics. How many current affairs questions you can expect? Not more than 25 to 30. 25 out of 400. Out of 25 to 30, if you could able to attempt with 80% efficiency, you can attempt 8 into 20 questions. So current affairs means now you have to adapt test papers preparation. You can do it almost, if you sit for 1 day, you can complete 2 test papers, 2 months current affairs. If you sit for 5 days, you can complete 10 months current affairs. That will generate lot of confidence. I am saying that in the next 20 days, you don't require strategy to know the correct answers. You need strategy to gain the confidence, to gain the consistency in your confidence. You should not think that you have to revise the entire completed subjects. So for current affairs, you can take the test papers, list out the topics, read in the context of the topic. Clear? Once it is done, so you have to attempt at least 3 full-length mock tests. So let me share that one person has asked that what is meant by cutoff. So everyone would be thinking that what would be the cutoff. So UPSC, you can predict the cutoff, isn't it? Because every year they are conducting the exam. We know how many students are writing. We know the standard. People will say that no, the standard of the paper is tougher than last year. The standard of the paper is easy or moderate, or more focus is given to polity or history or current affairs. You don't have paper to compare, isn't it? You don't have reference paper to compare. Even we don't know what would be the standard of the paper. People will say it would be tougher or medium or easy. So in our test papers, we have our own logic. What is meant by easy question? Can you define easy? Can you define medium? Can you define tough? It's a relative performance only. So say for example, what is meant by easy question in the sense, say if I ask you who presides the joint sitting of the parliament, everyone can, or most of them can answer. Why? This question has been repeatedly asked in competitive exams. That's why the teacher or faculty or friend would be telling that this point is very important. Who is the president of Myanmar? Who is the president of US? Why the president of US is known to everyone? Repetitive in the news. So your name is known to you because it is repetitive since your birth. So the meaning is that easy questions are easy not because everyone knows it. It has been repetitive and been asked in the competitive exam. Medium in the sense, so little bit of innovation would be there. Tough in the sense, there is no term called tough, but people will be feeling that. So this is unconventional paper, are more focused on conceptual clarity and factual clarity. So we have statewide mock test number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can read the state mock test 1 as a medium paper. The average score is 76. Yesterday we have conducted almost 340 students written, 340 students. The average score is 66. Can I call it as a tough or medium or easy? Next test, if the average score is 85. Next test, if the average score is 80 or 85. So average score is an indication that majority of the students, so they're feeling that the paper, the questions or the statements, they're not focused or revised or taught by the coaching institutions. So battle of terrain is there. You might focus that who fought between the battle of terrain, first battle, second battle, third battle. So you might be not read the consequence of the second battle of terrain. It is not being focused. It is not repetitive in the exams. That's the reason that you might have felt it's a tough. Now I have asked the question. Again, if I frame the question, if other institutions also framing on the consequence of the battle of terrain, then you feel that the questions are easy. So easy, medium or tough. So we are having 30% easy questions, 40% medium, 30% tough. If I change this matrix, the average score will change. So again, the thought test would be like this, but we'll be testing one of the major aspects you might be neglected in the preparation. So why we wanted to set this second mock test relatively tougher? I'm saying that relatively tougher in the sense, so if such kind of possibility or combination would repeat in the exam, you should not panic. That's the only inference that you have to adapt it. UPSC, why people will clear in the sense, it doesn't mean that they have better knowledge. No, they don't panic during the 2 hours. So by reading the question paper, by solving the UPSC paper, your fortune will be knowing, this time I will be out. You will be panicked during the exam itself. That you should avoid it. So that's the moral of the statewide mock test number 2. As soon as exam is over, we got the messages. Sir, paper is tougher. Why you people are said like this? I checked all the average score of him. So he is in the almost his medium of preparation is 65, 64, 54, like that. When I checked the average score, then I understood the paper is not easy. If the paper is 85, now the 20 days is there, no? You'll relax. Now this 20 days, you can sustain your confidence. That's the signal we wanted to send it. Now third and fourth and fifth, we have to create the confidence, not the correct answer. Clear? I hope everything is clear. So you can ask any question. So that's the session. Though the session is 20 minutes, I think I would have addressed majority of the questions that you had. What would be the cutoff? Can you answer? Because you also have a similar kind of experience, no? Just an assumption. అన్ని కోటాలు ఉంటుంది మనకి ఇక్కడ ఇంకోటి ఉంటుంది మీకు రిజల్ట్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత మల్టీ జోన్ 1 మల్టీ జోన్ 2 విత్ ఇన్ ద మల్టీ జోన్ ఓపెన్ కేటగిరీ ఉమెన్ BCA women like that BC ఎన్ని బీసీలు ఉన్నాయి మళ్ళీ షెడ్యూల్ క్యాస్ట్ షెడ్యూల్ ట్రైబ్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఈ డేటాని కంపైల్ చేయడానికి వాళ్ళకి ఒక 1 month పడుతుంది మల్టీ జోన్ 1 and 2 1:50 so we are not considering that aspect. Now tell me that what is your prediction? అవును మీ కేటగిరీలో ఉండాలి ఓపెన్ అంటే ఎనీ మెరిట్ irrespective of the community open category in the sense merit only they will filter the merit అవును టాప్ మీకు 60 అంటే 60 into 50 3000 లో ఉండాలి yeah online students I'll take the your doubts also now we are just having a prediction what would be the cutoff 80 your reason do you have any friends in Telangana TSPSC board assumption only no so it's just like whether God exists or not no one has seen it no one will be proving it I have seen the God those who have seen the God they were no more those who are alive so waiting for the God will be no more that's a good answer pick can I say the cutoff can we conclude that the cutoff may not be this much or percentage we'll compare the relative figures of UPSC and APPSC UPSC it is having cutoff UPSC it is having negative marking and if you score 50% it is proven logic that you will be in the safe zone irrespective of your community if you score 50% 100 plus in the sense that's it you can confidently prepare for mains exam yeah these are the so people will say that it based on the toughness everything that we also know no the second thing is that APPSC is relatively compare because they have given the notification in the December 2018 conducted the prelims exam in May 2020 announced recently only so they have conducted 2 papers 120 so 240 marks and common cutoff because they don't want to waste time in compilation again compiling based on SC ST it's a time consuming so 1:50 common cutoff 90 out of 240 is the cutoff mark for around 320 post so almost 15,000 can you say 15,000 so from top to bottom the person who scored irrespective of the community I am talking scored 90 only out of 240 but they are having negative marking they are having negative mark 90 out of 240 almost 37% isn't it now tell me that TSPSC we cannot predict no that's why don't predict the cutoff prepare for it so don't predict the cutoff don't be in the unnecessary talk so we'll predict after the exam okay we'll predict the cutoff once the exam is over that's my reason or logic want to tell don't predict the cutoff so predict your preparation you can predict your preparation clear yeah any doubts or clarifications you can ask me now it's the next online students it's interaction now I can take up each question yeah that's what I'm saying that don't predict any cutoff now I can answer any number of questions related to cutoff question pattern yes you can predict it the reason is that We have some logic. The pattern of the questions we can say. Pattern in the sense there are 3-4 patterns only. One is direct question. Direct question. Who awarded Nobel Peace Prize? It's a direct pattern. They'll give A, B, C, D. You have to choose the option. This question, this format of this question, I consider it is one of the toughest. Among all the patterns of the question, it's one of the toughest. If you know the answer only, you can attempt it. If you don't know, you have to leave it. Otherwise, you have to guess it, A or B or C. Even the guess, there is no possibility. Next is two statement questions. They'll give two statement, one only, two only, three only, or both one and two, neither one nor two. The next format is, it can be statement, 3 statement or 4 statement or 5 statement or 6 statement. Among these 3 formats, which is the easiest and which is the toughest? Which is the easiest? This is the easiest question. Those students who are thinking that the statement is lengthy are toughest. No. You are given more clues. You are given more clues. Say, for example, if you are coming from RTC crossroads to reach Civic Center classroom, so you can say Civic Center classroom is located in Civic Center building. Can you reach? If I say, please come, Ashok Nagar signal is there. Take right. Take right. At least you can reach with a 50% possibility. If I give one more clue, it is on the 3rd floor. You can find the, so beneath it's a teapot. 75%. It means if the statements are more, it is an easy question. More clues are given in the question itself. Next is matching pair based. Matching pair based. All the formats you can find it in the sub-inspector exam. All the formats it has already been tested in the police constable. All the formats they have tested in the group 2 exam which was conducted in by TSPSC in 2016 or 17? 16. 16 on the exam. Yes, they have asked it. Proportion will vary. How many two statement question, how many matching, how many pair based, that proportion only will vary. That proportion, no one will have the logic. If the more number of questions are there, this one, the paper would be tougher. If more number of direct questions are there, the paper would be tougher. Cutoff will reduce. If more number of questions are there in this one, matching and pair based, it will consume time. But cutoff would be medium only, average only. Is it clear? So, and realize that you don't have negative mark. We have to check it one more time in your hall ticket only, but in the notification, nowhere they have mentioned negative mark for incorrect answer. So, Telangana movement, they have not explicitly mentioned in the syllabus. So, that's why we can rationally conclude that there won't be any questions on Telangana movement. Telangana movement, they have mentioned in the main syllabus. From ancient to 1948 only, it is there in your syllabus, prelims exam. Yeah. Online students, I'll take your questions once the session is over. Offline students, you can raise your questions or doubts.
Elimination technique.
Elimination techniques, it depends on the paper set. So, say for example, there is one saying, this very extreme statements. We had this codification when we are working in one of the IAS academy in Chennai. We have codified extreme statements. What is meant by extreme statements?
Only.
Mandatorily, compulsory, only, substantially, consistently, these are extreme statements. IR. Yeah, I'll come. We are talking about elimination technique. When statements are extreme, the inference is possibly incorrect. The statement, not the question. The statement is possibly incorrect. Next, generalized statements. Generalized statements. What is meant by generalized statement? You can find some. Yeah, few. Inka? Are generally.
Occasionally.
Occasionally. What is inference? Possibly correct. Next, contradicting statements. What is meant by contradicting statements? No, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. North Pole, South Pole. Increasing, decreasing. What is inference? Either one of these statements shall be there in your option. What is inference? Either one of the statements shall be there in the option. Not both the statements. Not the both the statements. Say for example, so summer solstice. Summer solstice. Or Dakshinayana. You can see Dakshinayana means the sun is moving from north to south. That is known as Dakshinayana. So north to south. Summer solstice. So sun is looks like a standstill on Tropic of Cancer. So I may ask that no, which of the following statement represents the geographical phenomena? Summer solstice. I can give solar rays are falling vertically on the equator. So sun is looking standstill on the Tropic of Cancer. Sun is looking standstill on the Tropic of Capricorn. It means contradicting statement shall not be there in the option. So the possibility is that either Cancer or Capricorn. Now, there is one more dangerous elimination technique, not. Not, cannot. Previously, the inference seems to be, so the statement is incorrect. Negation statements generally consider as incorrect, but you have to apply cautiously. And the fact, fact. Irrational fact, I can say irrational facts. If they say no, so Telangana per capita income is how much? So there you can find, if the paper set you don't have mind, he may give 5 lakhs. Such kind of irrational facts, we can avoid it. So generally the facts, if there you can find it. Say for example, national, so investment agency. So recently we are having NABARD or NABIFED. Mostly it won't exceed 1 lakh crores or 10,000 crores. 10 lakh crores, very, in a few cases only you can find 10 lakh crores as an investment. Such kind of statements, such kind of irrational facts, you can consider incorrect. Okay. So to eliminate only you apply it. Say ABCD is there. ABCD 4 options are there and you wanted to eliminate. Then apply the elimination technique. Then you apply elimination technique. So only if you are having question of doubt only, whether the statement is correct or incorrect only, you apply this elimination techniques. So what is the technique? If it is extreme statement, possibly it is incorrect. If it is a generalized statement, possibly correct. Contradicting statements, either one of the statements shall be there in your option. Then, so not or cannot or negation statement. We call negation statements. Then you can go that statement possibly incorrect. I am saying that possibly correct or possibly incorrect. If you are having question of doubt only, you might be confused between two statements or two options. Then only you have to apply your elimination technique. By looking at the statement itself, don't think that no, so it is consistently increasing. Okay, wrong, no. When you're having question of doubt only, you have to apply the elimination technique. Yeah. Online students, so just 5 more minutes. Those students who are not having any doubts or clarifications, you can say thank you, you can exit from the meeting. The session is over. If you're left with any doubts or clarifications or questions specific to your preparation, you can stay back. Yeah, we can doubt in the further ఇంకా
ఏదైనా టాపిక్ మనం చదవలేదండి
Ah.
TSPSC పేపర్లో అది చూసి కవర్ చేస్తే
సరిపోతుంది. దట్ ఈస్ నోన్ యాజ్ రివర్స్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ టెక్నిక్. నెక్స్ట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ కవర్డ్ నో ఫైన్. మీరు వాట్ అబౌట్ యూ ఎనీ స్పెసిఫిక్? ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ది అబౌవ్ అంటే ఎస్ఎన్టీ ఉంటుంది కదా, సైన్స్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ బేస్డ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ లో యూ కెన్ చూస్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ది అబౌవ్. ఓకే, ఎస్ఎన్టీ బేస్డ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ లోనే సో ద పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఆఫ్ becoming that option would be correct is possible. None అనేది very least possible. When none is there, don't choose none option. Yeah. Either one of them, so we cannot say. So all of them we can apply for SNT based questions or lengthy based question. All of them may be considered as a correct, possibly correct. If the question is in the context of science and technology, or question seems to be very lengthy, then you can go for all of the above. So none of the above, you can choose least preference and either one or two. So there is no such kind of experience. Meeru, everything received well? అర్థమైంది కదా? సాయి, మీరు what about you? మీకేం ఇంకా డౌట్ ఉందా? డోంట్ థింక్ దట్ ద 3000s ఆర్ మోర్. ఓకే, సో వెరీ లిమిటెడ్ ఓన్లీ. ఆల్వేస్ ద కాంపిటీషన్ విల్ బి దేర్ ఇన్ టాప్ 1000 ఆర్ 2000 ఓన్లీ. హిస్టరీలో అట్లేం లేదు. మీకు ఒక క్రొనాలజీ గుర్తుంటే మీరు రాయొచ్చు కానీ, సో అట్లా ఎందుకంటే హిస్టరీ సెట్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఈజీ టు సెట్ ఇట్. అంటే while we are framing the questions, we can easily frame the questions on history. The elimination techniques are least applicable when it comes to history. Elimination techniques are most possible when it comes to current affairs, where we need to frame, think and frame it. But it's a history, you have the content. Immediately, if I wanted to frame 10 questions, I can immediately take this subject and I can frame the questions. Okay. Meeku? మ్యాథ్స్ చెప్పండి. సో విల్ బి రిలీజింగ్ వన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ మెటీరియల్ ఫర్ లాజికల్ రీజనింగ్ విచ్ విల్ కన్సిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఓన్లీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్, నాట్ మోర్ దెన్ 50. సో దాన్ని సాల్వ్ చేయండి. ఇఫ్ యూ నాట్ ఫ్రమ్ ఈరోజు రిలీజ్ చేస్తారు. మీకు కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ కూడా రిలీజ్ చేస్తాము. కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ కూడా వీఆర్ రిలీజింగ్. సో అవర్ మెటీరియల్ బికమ్ వెరీ పాపులర్. సో కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్, ఎస్, ఇంపార్టెంట్. హౌ వీఆర్ ప్లానింగ్ ఈస్ దట్ ఇట్ విల్ కన్సిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ 500 ఇంపార్టెంట్ కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ టాపిక్స్ ఫ్రమ్ September 2021 to August 2022. So each month we are taking 50 topics under national, international, IR, then places in news, reports, awards. I think 5 to 6 categories are there. 25th I can promise. 25th we can promise. Meanwhile, you try to take the question papers, solve it.
టెస్ట్ పేపర్స్ కంటే కొంచెం
Hmm.
ఈ రిలీజ్ అయ్యాలి
ఇంకా రిలీజ్ అవ్వలేదు.
టెస్ట్ పేపర్స్ అది ఇప్పుడు మొత్తం
మొత్తం నాట్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద టెస్ట్ పేపర్స్. ఇట్ ఇస్ నాట్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద టెస్ట్ పేపర్స్. We are again re-examining all the sources to precisely select based on the exam. So tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, international relations classes will be there, will be handled by myself only. So IR classes, because IR it is explicitly mentioned, international relations and events. It's a subject. As per the syllabus, I have to rate it as a subject. I'll be taking 3 to 6 tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So we'll be covering mostly based on the map only, based on the map only. So if you are talking about South Asia, international relations, how the questions are coming is that mostly places in news, regional organizations or any initiatives. That's it. When I take this Indian Ocean or South Asia, you are having South Asia Association for Regional Regional Cooperation, SARC, BIMSTEC, Indian Ocean Region for Regional Cooperation, and Sagar and islands. So you are having Madagascar, Agalag Islands, Mauritius, Socotra, Kuril Islands, Kuril Islands or Kuria Maria. Kuril is in Japan. Kuria Maria, which is the where you can find it, no? Under the control of Oman. So places in the news, regional groupings in news. So when I say SARC, our focus would be how many nations are there, where its headquarters, whether India is member or not. When I move on from South Asia to Southeast Asia, Mekong Ganga Cooperation, East Asia Summit, RCEP, Quad, so ASEAN, India ASEAN, ADB, then we can go to BRICS nations, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, then East Asian European Economic Union, from Russia, then we'll land into Europe. Europe, you are having European Union, so European Central Bank, NATO, then we'll go to here Middle East. We are having so International North-South Transport Corridor, so Islamic Organization Cooperation, so next African Union, South Asia Customs Union, then we'll move on to Atlantic Charter, then United Nations. In America, we are having United Nations. Parallelly, we will be revising the map pointing. Say, for example, if you are going to Middle East, Israel boundaries, you need to know it. Caspian Sea, Aral Sea, Mediterranean Sea. Next, your South Asia Customs Union. Now, African cheetahs has been relocated from Namibia to Namibia, India. So in that context, we'll be talking about Botswana, Kalahari Desert, Sahara Desert, some important lakes or rivers. So which are repeated in the news. International relations or organizations, they are not testing new. They are testing based on the repetitive only. Whether the student aware of the location, whether the student is aware of the regional organizations or initiatives which are in the news only. So 2 sessions, 3 to 6, tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So you have to attend with Atlas for quick revision. It is not the teaching, it is a revision class. Thank you, students. It was very productive to interact with you at this crucial junction that you might be confused with what would be your revision strategy. Should I read it again from first page to last page, or how to manage the subjects or the topics which you have not covered or revised effectively for next 20 days. So with this, we are closing the session. Thank you.